there's been a raging national debate about guns. Should we get rid of guns, or should we give everybody a gun? It seems there's no middle ground on this issue. It's been very politicized, and both sides are very resolute in their feelings about this issue. My attempt this morning is going to be to persuade you that both sides are right, but only half right. Piers Morgan, who took over for Larry King on CNN's 9 o'clock talk show, has been vilified by a lot of people in this country who are pro-gun, because he's been very strong about saying that compared to Britain's gun control laws, our gun control laws are virtually ineffective, even going as far as to call them ludicrous. Well, I looked up some statistics about the UK, and I was pretty surprised about what I found. In the year 2009, the UK, and this is a stat that came from Wikipedia, the gun deaths, intentional gun deaths in the UK in 2009 per 100,000 people, 0.07. Not even one for every 100,000 people. In that same year, the United States averaged over 3 deaths, intentional firearm-related deaths per 100,000 people. That's over 40 times higher. In 1993, 29% of households in the United States owned guns. UK, 1. Here's my problem with the argument, though, that we have to get rid of guns. It's all about guns. The guns are the cause of the problem. Does anybody not know what this is? This is a hammer. Last week in Florida, a man was beaten to a bloody pulp and died with a hammer that looked just like this. Do we want to take all of those away too? See, it's my belief that the guns are not the cause of the problem. It's my belief that banning guns, that banning knives, that banning bayonets, that banning hammers is like Band-Aids on a bullet wound. That hammer will not move off that spot unless a person bends down and picks it up. The gun will not move out of the closet, out of the dresser drawer, or off the nightstand unless a person picks up the gun and does something with it. I'm all for removing guns. I don't know why we need all the guns we have in the first place. But let me tell you what I'm also for. If you're going to take guns out of the way, you've also got to take people out of the way. You've got to we need to toughen up crime laws. We need to go back to a time in this country when we teach respect, when we put discipline back in our parenting, when we make it so dramatically bad to steal, to rape, to bully, to deface another's property, that nobody will ever want to do it. We need to get tougher on the crime, not on the weapon. I want you to think, all of you to think about, everyone knows somebody that owns a gun. I don't own a gun. I played cops and robbers all the time when I was a kid. There was a TV show called SWAT that was on in the 70s. I love that show. I had one of those machine guns or whatever they are that SWAT teams used back then. It looked just like the guns they used on SWAT. Never would I even think of really killing a person. Never. We used to have knives when we were little. I don't carry a knife, pocket knife anymore, but I used to. Never would I think of using it to harm someone else. This is not about weapons. Until we realize that we need to start taking responsibility, that we need to stop blaming video games, that we need to stop blaming society, we need to stop blaming the white man, the black man, the brown man, the red man, the tin man, or whatever else that we're trying to blame for the issue of people killing and hurting others, it's not going to change. Taking guns away will prevent some mass crimes. It will not change people's attitudes. Until we put God back into the center of our national discussion, and until the Bible becomes the law by which we all start to abide again, and until we allow parents to start being parents again, ladies and gentlemen, crime, murder, it's not going to stop. We need to look at what other countries are doing. We need to look at what the UK is doing. But more than anything else, we need to look at what we're doing. We need to look in the mirror. We need to learn what the word accountability and the word respect means, and we need to start applying it. Until we change our actions, no law that bans a weapon is going to ultimately solve the problem. And this country is going to continue to deteriorate and go to hell in a handbasket. And it's going to be the people's fault. Adam Toastmaster.